What's up, Loudon Redskins? It is Monday, May 11th at 1:30 p.m., and you are watching our LHS Live. I'm back with my normal, wonderful co-host, Sarah, this week,
Hi.
and obviously me, Emily. So today we have a pretty good show for you. I think it's a really nice show. And remember that this is our last week of these live shows. So this is your second to last live show, your last live show with yours truly and Sarah as your hosts. So we hope it's a good one for you. So right now is usually when we do our office updates, but we actually don't have anybody coming in to give our office updates today. But just make sure you're tuning in to Redskin Radio, 96.1 WLNT, Thursdays at 5 to keep getting your information. Sarah, did you want to speak about some other kind of updates?
Yeah, so this morning there was a news and press conference with our mayor, Buddy Bradshaw. It aired at 10 this morning, and of course you can find that on the Redskin Radio social media and also on their SoundCloud. And as always, I will be monitoring the comments and replying to you guys as soon as you respond. Miss Conway says, "Hey gals." Hi.
Hi. All right. So we're going to be talking a lot about band today. So we have a lot of our bandies with us.
They better be.
For real. We had Miss Conway
Seven watching now.
to you. We had Conway send a remind to you. There's no excuse. Okay. Before we start, I know this is not the Emily Variety Show, though I wish it was. I have to give a moment to my nails. So these are my real nails, actually. I know no one cares, but I do, and I feel better knowing that you know that.
I care, and they are very pretty. I
Thank you.
Blue.
But when I went on Saturday, the day we were supposed to graduate, he got some nail clippers and he started to come at me some type of way, and he clipped my pinky.
he thought they were fake tips, guys.
He thought it had a fake tip on it. We clipped my pinky, and I was just like, I've been harvesting these since January. Anyways,
don't catch hand, foot, and mouth. It makes your fingernails fall off, guys. Fun fact. Okay, Emily Variety Show.
So now that stop story is over, let's move on to our band memories. Sarah and I were actually, we didn't really have anything strictly planned. We're just kind of reminisce, because I think we have a lot of good stories after our 5 years of being in marching band. We've said a few over the planning meeting, and so hopefully we'll be able to remember those and bring them back for the actual show.
Yeah, that's the concern here. Wow.
You got anything you want to kick off with?
So much. Okay. This is why I wish I was on a computer right now so I could share my screen, because I remember at my very first band camp ever in 8th grade, I was that girl who did not hydrate properly. I thought I did. I did not. And I remember I was wearing my blue Fine Arts Showcase shirt from 7th grade
the
year.
Light one?
Mm-hmm, the light blue. Yeah, I was wearing light colors like a good kid. I was not wearing black at band camp. And I just about fell over. Yeah, Emily. Emily is the CEO of wearing black at band camp.
And pants.
And she didn't get shorts until this year.
I wore leggings to full length leggings to every single rehearsal and band camp up until this year.
And I was looking at her, I'm like, how are you not dead right now? So I just about fell over, and I had to go in, and it was in Miss Conway's old office, and I had to sit in her office, and all the band parents were giving me such an amount of side eye. They're like, oh, look at this freshman. Oh wait, she's an 8th grader. Even worse. And I was sitting in there, and I got the watered down lemonade in my little cup, and I was sitting there, the watered down lemonade. Man, it's just so underrated. It's so good. Nothing tastes better than watered down lemonade after rehearsal.
Listen, I'm going to have an unpopular opinion. I hate the lemonade, and I even made it. I even made the lemonade at band camp this year, and I hate it.
Was it last year when Will stuck his whole arm in the lemonade and you
it was this last year. It was me, Brian, and Will, and we went to go fill up the freaking 10-gallon jug of the canister for the lemonade, and we had to clean it out first, and Will stuck his entire hand down. It went all the way up to his elbow, and it was just like full force stirring like the bubbles around. And then he did the same thing to mix the lemonade. Yeah. His whole hand. He didn't even wash it.
I walked by, I was like, Will, why is your arm wet? And he was like, I stirred the lemonade. And I was like, what do you mean you just stirred the lemonade? And he was like,
Brian and I,
my whole arm.
Brian and I carried the jug back feeling different after that experience. And we were just like.
And this was before coronavirus was a thing.
Yeah.
Now I am sure we will not do that at band camp this year.
But we were all getting sick wasn't this last year at during our rehearsals? I think it was before football game started. Everyone was getting sick and we thought it was the coolers.
Oh yeah.
We had a mass cleaning of all the coolers.
The crusty coolers. Never used so much bleach in my life. Anyway,
and the moldy hot chocolate coolers from when you come back the weekend after a football game.
Oh, I got one better. A year later, the concession stand fridge when the parents didn't clean it out.
Oh, yeah.
Those onions, they didn't look like onions anymore. The tomatoes were this big. Like, they had shriveled up, and they were full-size tomatoes. I was terrified. I think I have PTSD from looking in that fridge and cleaning it out. The smells. No.
Going back to our first band camp, though, Sarah was the unhydrated one. I hydrated pretty well, but I was that person that was like, I don't need breakfast. Because, I was like emo and angry. So I was like, I don't want breakfast. And so, the first and the second day, and this is probably, I think our 8th grade year is probably our hottest band camp. The sunniest and the hottest band camp that we've had all 5 years.
Every bad thing that could have happened, or all of the most difficult happened our very first year. I can certify that.
I think it set us up for success.
Oh yeah, because we were like, if we survived the summer of 2015, we can survive anything.
Yeah, nothing compared to changing the pivot spot 10 times.
Yeah, there's about 9 people that still technically attend Loudon High School that know what chop chop is.
Oh,
there's like 9 of us left. Oh, algebra.
R.I.P. Dr. Best.
Yeah. Dr. Best, a great man.
Oh, but anyways, so the first or the second day, I can't remember. I walked up into that bathroom and I just all over the place. It was horrible. It was only water. It was only water though, because I didn't have any food in my system. So, it didn't look as bad as it was, but it was a time. It was a time. And yet I still continued to not eat breakfast and wear dark clothing.
Oh, but your neon orange tennis shoes, were they pink or were they orange? They were a weird color in between.
Well, as per Dr. Best, I was a sax player with a weird orange shoes, so I'm going to say it's orange for his sake. I think they were like a coral. I'll give it coral, which is like a pink and an orange. But they were neon coral.
I was blonde sax player in the blue shirt. And there was one day where there were no fewer than 5 blonde sax players in blue shirts. Because at that point, half of the section was blonde. And I was oh.
Viva La Vida year when every single person on our color guard was blonde.
Yeah, that was funny. Okay. Let's talk about McDonald's. We have 2 McDonald's stories for you guys.
One is far superior to the other story. So let's start with the less overwhelming story first. So I don't know if it was last year or the year before, maybe. Was it our last year?
It was not 2019. It was 2018 for sure.
Okay, so it was all that jazz year.
Mm-hmm.
We had a game in Smith County. It was very far away, 2.5 hours probably, yeah. And we lost an hour for the time change. So we had to leave right after school. And so Miss Conway was like, okay, we're going to go to McDonald's before the game. Y'all can chow down, have fun. We were well behaved. We were great, as opposed to the next story we're going to tell you. We were well behaved. We were great. But one trooper, I don't know who it was, one person discovered that it was free French Fry Friday if you download the app. So amongst our 2 buses, we just had a ginormous screaming PSA session of download the McDonald's app, you can get free fries. So that poor McDonald's probably lost like 60 gallons of fries with, 70 people coming in demanding free French fries on a Friday before a football game. And it's just like this little rinky-dink McDonald's in the middle of the country.
In the middle of nowhere.
They weren't prepared for this. They didn't ask for this.
They did not know what hit them. Hi, can I have my free French fries? Can I also have and make it repeat 80 times?
Yeah. And the cheerleaders.
Oh yeah, and the cheerleaders. They got in on the free French fries too. Yeah.
So Sarah, I'll give you the solidarity of telling the other story.
So once upon a time, our 8th grade year, I don't remember, were we coming back from state? Or was it another game? We
were coming back from state.
State, okay, it was state, okay. So it's like
really, really, really late.
2-3 hours away, or maybe more. And it's the middle of the night, we're a bunch of hungry band kids, and Miss Conway and Miss Michaels want to feed us so that we'll be sleepy and then we'll sleep on the bus, right? So we pull into yet another McDonald's. Now this was a hefty McDonald's. It was a well-equipped McDonald's, could comfortably seat all of us. There were 50 or 60 of us at that point.
And it was also very late at night, so like no one else was there. They were just chilling.
Yeah, only us. So, it was also equipped for small children, not high schoolers. So there's, what is it called? It's like a play place or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the big playhouse, And I can't think of that the same now knowing coronavirus exists because, wow, we really played in that? Where everybody touched it? Ew. Anyway, so there were our grown man section leaders. Okay, they were juniors at this time, but they had marched their 8th grade year. They'd been around the block, right? They knew what they were doing. And even the seniors that year. So basically all of the upperclassmen decided, what would be the funniest thing we could do right now? Fit all of ourselves inside the playhouse thing. So Emily and me and, a few others, the 8th graders, were sitting there, shoveling fries, just innocently watching this go down. And just, so somebody discovered, or somebody like ratted on the older kids, and in comes Miss Conway and Miss Michaels and possibly Trey and others, some band parents, all of the chaperones basically. And they start yelling, get out of the playhouse right now. Why are you in there? Leave. And then more and more upperclassmen keep popping out of the thing. it's like a clown car. Yeah, clown car. Okay. Just so many, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. At the time, I think I was like 12 or 13. Okay. They all just start popping out. Okay. And then Miss Conway and Miss Michaels go berserk. They were yelling at these kids, get back on the bus. We are leaving right now. I don't care if you're not finished with your food. We are getting on this bus right now, and we will not stop until we get home because you guys can't behave. There was just this whole line, like, you can't behave like upperclassmen. You can't behave like leaders in this band. We can't believe you're acting in this way. And I'm just sitting there like watching the whole thing happen. And it was just so funny if you were there. And it also could have been funny because it was approximately 1:00 in the morning.
And it was also funny for us because our 2 section leaders were the ringleaders of it all.
Oh, yeah. Kenneth and Austin were like, yeah, let's climb up in the play place, everybody.
Yeah, those McDonald's workers got a show that night. They had entertainment.
Oh, yeah. They were just terrified, high school McDonald's workers watching all of these children get chewed out, Oh, so state that year.
Oh, this is one of my favorite stories. It was so quick.
Everything about it
and short and I was one of the only people that saw it, and so I have to keep the memory alive by sharing the memory. Quick backtrack. Conway said about the Smith County game with the free French fries. She said, I think it was also my birthday. I think it was.
Maybe if it was like the first round of playoffs or something. Yeah. Round, should have been her birthday.
Yeah, I think because it was a playoff game, so I think it was her birthday.
So she made them all apologize for climbing around in the play place, and then they had to clean the McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like she said, you look at me, janitors. You are now janitors. Clean the McDonald's. It was very funny.
So anyway, state. So that was on the way back from state. So you can already imagine what the whole day was like together. Oh, 2 stories about state, actually. We didn't bring this one up in the planning, but it just came to me.
Oh no.
So
who knows?
Before the game, or before when we actually compete, we need to be nourished again before we perform.
There's a lot of eating that happens in band.
Yeah, a lot of sustenance being given. So state did not allow you to bring your own food. You had to only get their concessions.
And they also charged like $20 or $40 for spectators to come in. Like it was like football game tickets to get into that place, which my parents were not happy about because it was their first year as band parents. But anyway.
And at this point, we haven't performed yet. We weren't in the stadium. We were just in the parking lot, and we were still getting our things together. We didn't really have the opportunity to go to the concession stand. Like we would have to filter all of our people out. It would have just been a mess. So instead, what we decided to do was cater a gargantuan amount of Chick-fil-A tenders and smuggle them between our 2 buses on tables, and we just had to come through lines and grab all the tenders and then disperse and act like nothing happened. I just remember a giant mountain of Chick-fil-A tenders.
And then there was just a sauce explosion. Like there were just sauces everywhere because the sauces come loose. So they just send them to you. They don't send you little prepackaged ones, like you normally get. Yeah. So it's like dip yourself out some sauce. Boom, sauce explosion, just everywhere. What's
your favorite Chick-fil-A sauce?
This was happening in a group chat I'm in for UT too. It's like
I saw a tweet about it the other day, and Jacob Mallory responded to it. He said it was garlic herb ranch. I was like, listen, I love ranch. Slaps. I know, but if you had to choose one favorite from Chick-fil-A, you can get good ranch anywhere.
Okay. They have this one sriracha one.
Is it just like the buffalo sauce?
No, it's like an actual sriracha one.
Oh. I think my favorite is
the buffalo.
I think my favorite is the honey roasted barbecue one. It only comes in little packets, like ketchup packets. It's very similar to the Chick-fil-A sauce, which used to be my favorite sauce until I tried the honey roasted barbecue. It's very similar to that. It's just a little bit better.
Okay. Secondary state story. No more Chick-fil-A for us.
This is after we've performed, and we're just
tea time out. Miss Conway just said so to smuggle the chicken, the mass quantities of chicken, she put them in tubs labeled pants. So everyone would think that we were just unpacking our uniforms. And it was just in big Rubbermaid, tote box things, pants.
Oh, iconic. So after we performed and we were just chilling, we were watching other bands perform. I was congregating near the bathrooms. It was near the concession stands. I was just living, just relaxing.
Minding your business.
I see very close by, the entire percussion, all of the guys in percussion, about 10 guys, all huddled in a circle, and they're doing the whole in their little huddle, and then they all at once in their cluster huddle into the bathroom all in one group.
They do a move, like a circle of penguins,
like a unit, yeah. Just one unit of human.
That night they were one.
Just moving into I don't know how they fit.
How did they all get through the door at once?
Because it was one of those where you go in and then you turn the corner, like in a Walmart.
And it's like, how did they not like break apart?
I don't know. And then they all came out as one. They just filtered out as one, and then they didn't congregate back together. They just dispersed like nothing had happened.
Like, we see what you've done. We don't know what happened in there, but something happened in there. Yeah, I was in a similar huddle, and I believe it was just any people nearby. Because it was November, and it was very cold. Like, very cold. We were wearing, like, coats and blankets and coats underneath our uniforms. We all looked like little Michelin
Is this last year, or was this a different year?
This was state. Yeah. So... we were just all like huddled. We do a lot of huddling in bands too. We like food and huddling and cramming as much as possible underneath our uniforms.
Yeah,
it's a fun time. Why don't we skip ahead a little bit and tell the story of we've got some reminders from Miss Peterson. So this was also on the way to state. This was also
apparently
on the way to
snow during state.
Yeah, it did. I remember it did. And then everything was muddy.
I barely remember state. I do remember it being very muddy.
I remember having no clue what I was doing and just wandering around on the field being a classic 8th grader and then playing one block of like 8 measures. Like that's all I played the entire show.
Didn't Jacob May like fall when he was doing the pivot on field?
I fell.
That was you. No. Yeah. I thought someone fell during state on the pivot because it was so muddy.
That's likely, but I did fall at practice before competition. I don't remember if it was before state. I don't think so. But there was this, we've all seen the football field. There was this big muddy mud pit, on the 50, right on the 50, right where I needed to pivot. And I'm backwards marching. I can't see behind me. I am not equipped with a backup camera. I hit that muddy spot. I go, to turn, nice and sharply to show where the pivot is. And I go, and I just fall. I smack straight down on my butt. I'm completely covered in mud, and I'm glad I had a change of clothes. It was not my warm change of clothes, but I had a change of clothes, or I would have had muddy butt the entire time. So
anyways, as you were saying, on the way back from state.
Yeah, actually, no, it was during daylight. It was the way to state. Okay. So we're minding our business at a bus stop, like a rest stop area thing, and I didn't have to go to the bathroom. So I'm waiting on the little kid bus, the 8th grade freshman bus, just minding my business. And I'm looking at my iPod because I was too young to have a phone at that point. So I was looking at my iPod Touch. I look up and I see the lead bus, the upperclassman bus, start rocking side to side. And see, it was very little. I was like, oh, maybe someone rather large is just walking at first. It was like, and I was like, okay, that's not much. And then the bus started rocking from wheel to wheel and this is what happens when Miss Conway leaves the bus for 5 minutes. That poor woman probably just had to pee. And then she comes back and her upperclassmen are shaking the bus from side to side. And,
that was just a very fine day for the upperclassmen of the LHS band.
Yeah, she was already mad at McDonald's, and then they just made it worse. They never had a chance that day.
No. And we haven't gone to state since.
Yeah, that was the last state in the history of LHS band. Okay, Carnes. Let's talk about Carnes. This year, 2019 season. Carnes.
This one's too recent for comfort. It was
but it's funny.
First day.
Nothing went right.
An all-around horrible day for everyone.
And guys, don't tune out right now. Don't think, this is going to be another stupid one that's only like maybe mildly funny if you were there. No, this is funny. This is so funny that Emily has used this as an assignment before.
I gave a speech on this in my Roan State speech class. I used this as a speech. So, it's Carnes. We, Sarah and I had our lab coat uniforms, as you saw in the picture, like the title slide picture. We weren't wearing those yet. We were wearing our typical bibbers. If you don't know what that are, they're like the really thick, like canvas material
overalls.
pants. Yeah, that like zip all the way up. in our jackets.
And thank God we were wearing those.
And so I have always, since I was a child, I have always had to pee when inciting events are about to happen. Like, every time I would get in trouble and my dad would be like, go to your room, you're staying in the corner for 2 hours, I'd be like, and then I would have to pee because I got nervous that I got in trouble. So every single performance we've ever had in marching band for all 5 years of my life, every single football game, every single playoff game, every single competition, every single time we perform, I have to pee right before the show. Every single time. And it never actually happens. It's just a feeling. And I'm like, it's fine. My body's got me. We're good. It's fine. It's typical. So I get that very feeling again. This is our first competition of the season. At Clarence. Miss Conley said, I cannot believe you are telling this one.
Yeah, this is going to be on the internet forever.
What else would I say? Enough people already know. You can't
have band memories without
this story. Julie said I'm like her sister's dog.
Okay, carry on.
Mean.
we just let the people know.
So we're starting backfield. We got to walk to the front. I'm getting that little feeling. I'm jiggling my leg. I'm trying to get ready. I'm trying to make it go away. I think it's just jitters. We're waiting for everything to set up. And it begins. It's just a little trickle. I'm like, we're okay. And then we start walking to the front. With every step.
And I'm marching. I'm minding my business. I'm right beside her, like 3 feet from her. I have no clue what's happening.
Every step of the way, a little bit escapes me. It stops for a minute. We get like half field and I'm good. I'm like, okay, it's over. And then I have to step on my podium. So I step on my podium. Every step is just, it's another battle. I get up to my podium.
One that you lost.
I get up to my podium. I'm standing with my feet, my heels together, my toes open like this. Everything is fine. And then when we start, we open our feet. And it leaves me once again. And from there on out, through the entire 10-minute show, I am slowly but surely and consistently peeing my pants in front of at least 500 people on a raised podium.
Okay, let's flip point of view for a minute. So Emily's on this side of me. I can see her somewhat through my peripheral vision. I'm checking to make sure we're together. And I was like, why is she conducting so weirdly in my head? I was like, she's cueing rather gingerly. She's like, even when it's supposed to be, So I'm like, what is wrong with her? Has she hurt her arm? Is she going to make us lose because she can't conduct right? What is she doing? Like, in my head, I was like, Emily, would you get it together? This is not the time for your arms to be tired. Like, I was going off in my head. And little did I know. Back to Emily.
So, yeah, I'm just trying to get through the show. I don't even remember what it looked like. I was looking ahead of me, but I was blacked out.
She was not there.
I wasn't. I was, and I think no one could tell, by the way. I just want to make that very clear. I was wearing leggings underneath, black leggings underneath my bibbers, and then my really thick black bibbers. And like I said, it was only a little bit at a time. So it was never like all at once to where it was like visible. I want to make that very clear. But it was almost worse for it to be going on for about 15 minutes straight, 5 minutes before, during the setup, and then the whole 10-minute show. And so the show finishes. I'm like, thank God. We get off our podium. We're marching out of the gate, and I catch up to Sarah, and I'm like,
we have linked up.
Sarah, I'm peeing my pants as we speak. I'm peeing my pants right now. She was like, still?
I was like, haha, no, you're not. What are you talking about? No. And she was like, no, Sarah, I'm peeing myself. And I said, what do you mean? She was like, I have been peeing since we were backfield. And I was like, what? what are you talking about? And she's like, pee, Sarah, I am peeing.
And I was still peeing as we were marching off the field. I was like, I'm still peeing right now. This very second, I'm still peeing. So we get out of the gate. I make our quad player very quickly rip my jacket off. I have a shirt on underneath, but I rip the over jacket off, and I just hightail it to the bathroom. I'm supposed to go back to the buses and help us pull our things back. I'm the drum major. I'm supposed to like delegate and be there and like help. Blah, blah, blah. I hightail towards the bathroom. I'm like, perhaps Miss Conway will understand why I'm not around once I get back and explain. So I take my time. I'm trying to make the best. I'm trying to make do. I'm like, at least I don't have to stay in my bibbers all day. I didn't bring a change of clothes. So I did have to be in my nasty pee-pee leggings for about 9 more hours. And I get back to the buses. I'm like, Miss Conway, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I had a mistake.
I had an accident, if you will.
I let her know, and I think she was not like visibly mad for me not being there, but she was like kind of annoyed that I didn't show back up. And then I told her, and she was like, oh.
So yeah. So then later that same day, there's a man, a senior, by the name of James Timothy Jones. And that man fell in a manhole.
Now, it truly wasn't his fault. This was a very poorly covered manhole.
This was a safety hazard.
It really was.
A true safety hazard.
The lid wasn't on all the way. It was like tipped like halfway and half up. And there was like a bunch of hay and straw over it. So you could
because they were trying to get grass to grow on the manhole.
No, nobody could tell. It just had to be JT.
And he's walking to his mom's like Toyota Camry, where in the field where they were parked.
He has his sound cart in tow. He's trying to trek this. This was directly after. This was directly after the show. Right when I'm hightailing to the bathroom, this is happening in real time.
I didn't know that's when that happened.
Yeah, has sound cart in tow, and he's just walking along.
And down he goes.
Yeah.
And then, this was a bad day. Oh, see, Jonathan Allen, thank you, Flash. Justice for JT. We really tried to get the trend on, Instagram and Twitter for a while. It didn't, but it should have. So this was a bad day, not just for our band. So Miss Conway's stepson is he is the drum major of the Powell band. And, Emily and I were sitting in the stands together, on like the visitor side. And we're watching the other bands go. And Powell, is a lot bigger than Loudon. So they're towards the end of the day because it goes by size. And, I'd seen him earlier in the day and I was like, ha ha, Emily peed herself. And he was like, what?
Yeah, because that's what people do. That's what good people do.
There are some secrets you just can't keep. You have to share. So, he has this dramatic, like epic opening, there's like some like Pink Floyd type guitar riffs happening. He is dramatically, they constructed this 3 or 4 foot tall wall right down the 50, it was on like wheels or something. And they like rolled it out. And it was just a big wall down the 50 because that was the theme of their show, was like the wall or something. So the way he gets onto the field was he was coming from backfield and he just marches down the wall. And, his assistant drum major's behind him and he's just looking very dramatic and manly. And he looks like, yes, sir, So he goes up and he strikes his pose and he does his salute and he cuts that salute and he's like, and he's getting ready to get off the wall and go to his podium. And something went wrong. And to this day, maybe we don't know. It's a mystery. Did his shoe catch on the edge of the wall? Did he lose his balance? Did his ankle give out? The world may never know. But this man face planted off of the wall in front of a packed crowd. You know, and the Carnes bleachers are, you know, pretty big. It's a stadium, you know, big school, Knoxville school, Carnes, you know, packed, totally packed. You know, parents, you know, music officials from, you know, nearby, you know, students, everything. This man, he face plants, but not just face plant. No. He falls until he reaches the 45. Like, he made 5 yards. Like, it was a 5-yard gain. And, you know, he had those feathers. Yeah. He also didn't practice in his marching shoes, apparently. We're getting some shame from Mama in the comments. And he fell for so long that my view of it from backfield was only his little orange plume, his feathers, just going, you know, I saw him go forward, he's fine. I saw him stop, he's fine. He comes this way, and then it goes, and it's just his plume moving for 5 yards. And then we have a front view video of it. And, oh, Miss Tilly's really funny in the comments. We have a front view video of it, and he was like running. It was the running type of fall. And now that sweet man is now my dear boyfriend. I love him very much, but that is the first time he made me laugh that hard, and I didn't even know it.
He fell for so long that whenever I looked at him fall, and I was like, ha, ha, ha. And I looked away to, like, tell Brian,
to
like,
connect,
ha, ha,
you know,
ha,
yeah.
Look, ha, ha, ha. And by the time I turned back to the front, he was still falling.
And you can hear in this video, you can hear the crowd, you know, cheering, right? You know, salute, cheer, 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 cheer. And then he gets off, and they're still cheering, and then you hear the collective, oh.
Specifically, Miss Conway was around front because, you know, it's her baby, so she's taking a video. She showed us the video, and she's videoing, and then he falls, and she's like, oh. Takes down the video really quickly, but you just hear the oh.
Why would she do that? Why? We all wanted to see it all. Anyway, that's just so good. You know, I think that's a good ending note.
I think so too. Just probably the worst day of everyone's band career.
Yeah. So up next, we've got some more funnies. It's a very funny show today. We have some hidden behind-the-scenes footage of the man himself, Mr. McIntosh. This footage was apparently taken from some in-service days, and it involves some ballet. So let's see how that goes.
Can't wait to see this one.
Can't wait to see it. Yeah.
If I were not a teacher, I'll tell you what I'd be. If I were not a teacher.
Ballerina I would be. Please, don't you like my bird?
think that was an incredible video.
I didn't know I needed Mr. Mac in a tutu or some tight pants in my life, but that is
Until
like
you
the
see
hole
it.
I didn't know I had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, it's still
So-
playing. There's some delay. I just saw Mr. Mac just jump, you know? Wow. Incredible vertical.
So, continuing, as mentioned before, we do have our What I Did During Quarantine segment. That will be posted separate from the live show on the YouTube channel, the LHS News Mag YouTube channel. So be looking out for that to see some really cool footage of Maddie Rossi's ride to school on her moped. And we will be, even though we're not doing the live show after this week, we will still be posting a lot of content to the YouTube channel throughout the entire summer. A lot of singular segments and Meet My Pets and What I Did During Quarantine and stuff like that. That will still be posted and updated on the YouTube channel. So keep checking the YouTube channel periodically throughout the summer if that's something you're interested in. And we will also be doing a kind of check back in an informational video or live show once in June and once in July, just to kind of update some information, you know, get into the groove of things, because we do still have prom and graduation, hopefully. So be on the lookout for that even throughout the summer. So today's top 10, which I'm very excited about, is junk foods. Now, I'm keto right now, so I can't.
She's
I don't
so
think there's-
good. She has so much self-control. I'm so proud
Thank
of
you.
her.
Thank you. I think I've been doing very well. I started in like the first week of February, and I have not cheated once. I haven't eaten anything bad, not once,
She's
not even
so
on
good.
accident. Thank you. I think I'm doing great. But it is a little discouraging to look at this list of a bunch of foods that I love and I can't have. But I will be here in spirit as you guys enjoy these during quarantine.
So, number 10, we have my personal favorite, Takis. And because they're my personal favorite, you know, I feel like they should be higher on this list. I can say that I've wiped out several bags of Takis, hot fries, and Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Three, I can count to 3. Yeah. Throughout this quarantine, hot Cheetos and Netflix, particularly Gossip Girl, that's been all I've done. So,
my
yeah.
favorite Takis though are the Fuego ones, the purple bag. Everyone knows.
Number 9.
So at number 9, we've got Hot Pockets. The picture on here shows the steak and cheddar version. I don't know if there's a specific version that you guys prefer. Let us know what's your favorite Hot Pocket flavor. I never really grew up. I enjoy Hot Pockets, don't get me wrong. I just never really grew up eating Hot Pockets. It's something I've never really experienced.
I used to eat them all the time because for a while my dad was single dadding, and that included Hot Pockets and freezer meals. And yeah, thank you, my lovely stepmother Leanne, for coming along and learning, teaching dad how to cook. But yeah, Hot Pockets were a staple of my diet, and I don't think I've truly wanted one since I was in middle school. Like, I don't like them anymore.
See, I really do enjoy a good Hot Pocket. We didn't have like junk food in our house growing up. Like, we didn't have like a bag of chips in the cupboard. I never had ramen noodles growing up. I never had ramen noodles. Like, we just didn't have a lot of junk food. And like, not to say that we ate very healthy things, we just didn't have snacks in our house, really. Mm-hmm. So like that, like a lot of these things I can't super relate to, but trust me, I've had a Hot Pocket in my time. I enjoy a good Hot Pocket.
So she just said it. Number 8, ramen noodles. I love ramen noodles, and I love dressing up my ramen noodles. I love to put like lettuce and like spinach in there and like fry an egg and add just a little bit of soy sauce. Like, I love doing like the fancy ramen stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Favorite flavor of ramen? Tell me.
Favorite flavor? I really prefer beef.
Ooh. Interesting.
I think there was like a creamy chicken or like creamy shrimp one I tried once that was good, but I have to say like my favorite staple is probably beef.
See, I love the Oriental. It's like the blue package.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
plain.
a fan of that one. I just like it. And then also they have a chicken one, but it's like the spicy chicken. It's got like Mexican spices in it, or at least that's what it's marketed as. I love that one. It's really good.
I
it tastes like
that one.
Spicy chicken noodle.
I haven't had that one.
I just talked for so long without saying words. Wow.
My favorite ramen dish I've ever made. So whenever my mom used to go out of town, like on fall break, on like vacations, and I would stay home to take care of the dogs, we would have like a grocery trip, like the weekend before she left, to stock me. And one time we did get ramen noodles, so I did have some ramen noodles. How many meals
can you make from just ramen?
Right. My favorite, like, dressing up of my ramen noodles that I've ever done, it was like a struggle meal too. Like, it was not no fancy thing. It was, I made do with what I found around the kitchen. So I found some frozen peas and corn, cooked those up, steamed with some butter, some good spices. Those were fine. I made some crispy potatoes, like the little potato, like not wedges, but like the little potato chunks.
Oh, you've told me about this.
I posted a picture of it. It wasn't pretty. It was so good. And so I had the potatoes, I had like the corn and the peas, and I had a fried egg, a very crispy fried egg, seasoned to perfection. It was just a great meal. Beef ramen that I used also.
So if we've learned one lesson, add everything you can think of to your ramen, and it just can't go wrong.
For real. So I think we've talked enough about ramen. Let's move on to number 7, which is M&Ms. How do you feel about M&Ms?
You know, I like plain M&Ms. I'm all right with peanut M&Ms. There's these M&Ms with caramel in them. Ugh, nasty. Do not like them. There's fudge brownie M&Ms, which I just discovered at Easter, and it really does taste like biting into a fudge brownie. Those are incredible. I would 10 out of 10 recommend fudge brownie M&Ms. They were in a purple package last time I had them.
Huh. I really, really like peanut M&Ms, and I really like the peanut butter M&Ms as well.
Ooh, don't like those.
Oh, they're so good.
I like peanut is okay, but just the peanut butter, no, not for me.
Miss Inman delivered my little toolkit she does for all the seniors at senior night after our last concert, which we didn't get to have. So she came to my house 6 feet apart, but she transferred me my bucket, and there was like a full-size container of M&Ms today that she gave me. So my sister will be enjoying those later. But it just reminded me of that.
So number 6, ice cream. Everyone loves ice cream. I love ice cream, even though I'm not lactose intolerant, but I'm allergic to milk. So sometimes milk and ice cream get a little funky, but I still eat them because I don't care.
I think every lactose, I know you're not lactose intolerant, but every lactose intolerant person is like that. You just can't live without it.
We pay for what we get, you know? We will pay later, but I want the ice cream. I love all-time favorite ice cream flavor here. There's a raspberry chocolate truffle business at TikTok.
Okay.
Love it. Love it. When I tell you I can eat like 6 scoops, I'm not kidding. It's so good.
I don't think I have a favorite ice cream flavor. I think a good, like a staple for a lot of ice cream things, like, you know, ice cream desserts at like Sonic and A&W and stuff like that. My staple flavor is probably cookies and cream, or like the Oreo concoction of that. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but
I like it
that
with
one,
fruit.
That one seems to always be there for me. I also like fruit. I really like Ben and Jerry's, like their core flavors. I do like the strawberry cheesecake core and stuff like that. I also enjoy cheesecake flavored ones, but usually ones that have fruit in them as well.
Cherry Garcia.
I was thinking about that. I've heard really good things about Cherry Garcia. I've never tried it. I have no idea what
it's awesome. Like. You have to try it. Come on, guys. Tell her she has to try Cherry Garcia.
So at number 5, we have pepperoni pizza. A very, like, specifically pepperoni. Is that your preferred pizza?
No. I like as many meats on it as possible, not just pepperoni. I am sick of pepperoni pizza, particularly that from Little Caesars. I'm okay with Domino's. Domino's can live. I love Domino's. But, you know, Little Caesars pepperoni pizza is the default anytime there's an event and you have to feed a large amount of people, which, you know, we're often involved in. And if I have 3 separate events with 3 separate Little Caesars pepperoni pizzas in one day, I feel like I want to die afterwards. Like, it's just not good anymore. But I understand the appeal occasionally.
Yeah. I am kind of the opposite from you. I like every kind of veggie on my pizzas.
Oh, I
really appreciate veggies.
I like everything on pizza. Okay, debate in the comments right now. Pineapple on pizza.
I love Hawaiian pizza. I love Hawaiian pizza.
Me too.
Pineapple, ham, and onion.
Me too.
It's so good. Don't knock it until you try it. I will understand if you try it and you don't like it. But if you're just like, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, try it and then get back to me.
Tomato is a fruit too, and it's on every pizza. Shut up.
Exactly.
There's my opinion.
I was going to say the only thing I don't like on pizza is tomatoes. I just have some beef with some straight up tomatoes. I love salsa. I love ketchup. I just have beef with straight up tomatoes. It's not for me. So that's the only thing I won't get on pizza, but everything else is fair game.
Number 4.
So, number 4, we have gummy bears, which this is hot take for me. I don't like gummy candies, like gummy worms. I can handle like 2 sour gummy worms. I can do like Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch Kids are fine. I don't like Swedish Fish. I don't like gummy bears. I don't like gummy worms. I just don't like peach rings. That's just not my kind of candy. I'm more of a chocolate person.
Are my favorite. Peach rings are my. Oh goodness, we have a Tootsie in the background. I will take over until Emily's dog is quiet. So gummy bears. Honestly, gummy bears have like a special place in the hearts of every band kid because that is our prize for our like meats and cheeses fundraiser. Depending on how many, we sell, we can choose gummy bears. And I took down a 5-pound sack of gummy bears with only the help of my grandfather, like 2 summers ago. Yeah,
I was going to say, I don't like gummy candies, but the only gummy bears, or any gummy candy for that matter, that I will eat are Albanese?
Yeah, those.
Yeah, the ones that they do for the fundraiser. They are just the most succulent, delectable, juiciest bears I've ever met. Truly incredible.
Number 3, Cheetos. Unpopular opinion, I don't like regular crunchy Cheetos.
Oh, I do. Cheetos are so good.
I like them spicy, and that's it.
Sometimes I'm just in a mood for a regular Cheeto.
There's something about the cheese. It's just too artificial, but when you make it spicy, it feels better to me.
See, I really get down with a good Cheeto. That's like, my sister got some Flamin' Hot Cheetos from the store, and she had me deliver her sack of Cheetos to her one night, and I was like, man, there's something about these tonight that if there was one thing I'd keep with, it would be a big bag of regular Cheetos right now. I don't know what hit me. It was just, So, number 2. One of my favorite things, numbers 1 and 2, I know, Sarah, it's one of the worst things about you. 1 and 2 are my 2 favorite snacks. Oreos, I know they're very overrated. I know everyone loves Oreos. It's not like they're an underrated thing. And I'm like, bring these back. No, everyone loves Oreos. Rightfully so. They're incredible. Double stuff is the best kind. Mega stuff is just a little too much. Regular is just not too much cookie. Double stuff is where you're at. They are just, and they're vegan. They're vegan.
Okay.
Give me your beef.
The Oreo filling is just too grainy. The Oreo cookie shell is just not sweet enough. It's just not, I want to make moon phases with it, like in 4th grade,
Oh, that was the best thing, because then you got to eat them afterwards.
Okay. And see, part of this might be, just disgust from watching my dad, because he will take a pack of Oreos, and if they're, 4 rows, will last him 4 days. He will eat a row and a container of milk, and he'll just go ham in the middle of the night. And everyone's like, where are all the Oreos going? We know you have to be eating them, Sarah. And I'm like, absolutely not. I don't like Oreos. I don't like Twinkies, processed cookie and baked snacks. None of it. Just don't like it.
This isn't on the list, obviously, because there's only one more spot, but I vote for Zingers over Twinkies. I don't know if you guys know what Zingers are. It's a Twinkie, but there's a sleeve of very grainy, incredibly processed icing over it with the ridges. It's so processed and horrible. You can just peel it right off. They are
Move on before I get sick. Move on.
Oatmeal cream pies?
No.
I thought you liked oatmeal cream pies.
Not anymore.
We have to keep going. We have to keep going.
Yeah, move on or I will get
Number one is specifically the spicy sweet chili Doritos. I was going to say all Doritos because people have their preferences. These are actually my favorite Doritos. The spicy sweet chili and the spicy nacho. They're like, you know how you were saying about the Cheetos, like the spice just makes it just a little bit better. That's how I feel with the spicy nacho Doritos. It's so similar to the regular nacho, the classic Doritos, but it's just a little bit better. But the spicy sweet chili
things, dip them in queso. You have to. We figured that out 1 year at band. I think it was Jesse Fisher.
Yeah, the spicy sweet chili Doritos.
Walk over to the Family Dollar, spicy sweet chili, dip it in the queso. Best pre-football game meal you will ever have. You know that jar of Totino's queso. Yeah, just the jar, just cold. Don't even microwave it. Just dump it in. Just crack open the jar and get in there. That's all you need. It really is a perfect snack. Incredible. So, I feel fulfilled after that top 10. Yeah, it's like your eyeball calories. Like you're just looking at it and you're like, yes. You're eating with your eyes. Okay, so up next we have some behind the scenes footage from the hilarious Dr. Squatch soap commercial and other behind the scenes content from previous years and previous shows. So whenever Miss Conway said Oreos are gross. Thank you. No, Miss Conway. Thank you. She's on my team. Anyway. Miss Conway doesn't even like fruit though. Who doesn't like fruit? Yeah, we can't talk about Miss Conway. You're invalidated. Anyway, let's see the behind the scenes.
You probably haven't ever questioned the bar soap you lather up with. But let's face it, most guys probably don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought them for their little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mommy's little man? But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch natural soap.
Oh, wait.
No,
sorry.
We're not
you
doing
can't
that.
pull the tree back.
Yeah, that's a tree? I thought this was a curtain.
What the heck?
I thought it was the curtain.
No, it's the tree. It's a tree.
All right, well, I didn't know it was the tree.
But keep going. We're just doing a sound check.
Close that curtain quickly.
And when you, Emerson, look into the camera when you talk.
Oh, I'm talking about natural, nourishing, cold-pressed, hand-cut soap made for men.
All right, go ahead and say your one.
Is this the... No, this one isn't the perfect bar song. It's the Smoky Mountain one.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, you say this is the perfect bar soap. It's like it's handcrafted in the Great Smoky Mountains by little tiny bear cubs.
It's like it's handcrafted in the Great Smoky Mountains by little tiny bear cubs.
Alright, we'll cut that.
Still not sure? Here's what one of our real customers have to say, like Drew Jackson.
This is the perfect bar soap. It's like it's handcrafted in the Great Smoky Mountains by tiny little bear cubs.
Oh, bear cubs not enough for you? Here's what Evan Brown has to say. Oh, still not sure? Here's what one of our real customers, Drew Jackson, has to say.
It's like it's handcrafted in oh my goodness.
Handcrafted not enough for you?
I didn't.
Oh, still not sure? Ooh.
Ooh.
Makes you feel like you just stepped out of a locker room and coach was there to hand you the towel.
Action.
Makes you feel like you just stepped out of a locker room and coach was there to hand you the towel.
Action.
They're probably still using the soap their mommy bought them. Is that what you want? To smell like mommy's little man? Lucky for you, you can upgrade to Dr. Squatch natural soap. I'm talking natural oh shoot.
So Emerson, what do you think's gonna happen Friday at the game?
Well, I wasn't ready for that. Hold on.
So sorry for this interruption. Please send the following students to guidance as
Now you're wondering why I've been doing it wrong for so long. During the First World War, big soap companies started taking all the normal ingredients and Now you're wondering why I've been doing it wrong for so long. During the First World War, and replaced the natural stuff with chemicals. Chemicals like red Powerade, battery acid, and chewed bubble gum.
You can put it on his head. It doesn't stick. Sorry, guys.
You probably don't even question the bar of soap you used to lather up with. Let's face it, most guys probably don't. They're probably still using the same soap their mommy bought them. Is that what you want? To smell like mommy's little man? Lucky for you, you can upgrade to Dr. Squatch natural soap. I'm talking natural, nourishing, cold-pressed, hand-cut soap from men. Men who use their hands. Men who build things. Men who can catch a foul ball without spilling their drink. Your skin won't just smell good either. Your skin will be healthier and more nourished. And dare I say soft? Oh, men aren't supposed to have soft skin? Yeah, well, men weren't supposed to cry at movies either. And then they made Rudy. You want to smell like the forest? Boom, pine tar, we got you covered. You want to smell like the sea? You guessed it, nautical sage. We got you covered there too. And with 6 more cents, we got you covered no matter what kind of man you are. And you're wondering why I've been doing it wrong for so long. During the First World War, big soap companies started taking out natural ingredients to make production easier, and replaced all the natural stuff with chemicals. Chemicals like red Powerade, battery acid, and chewed bubble gum. Oh, still not sure? Here's what one of our real customers, Drew Jackson, has to say.
This is a perfect bar of soap. It's like it's handcrafted in the Great Smoky Mountains by tiny bear cubs.
Oh, tiny bear cubs not enough for you? Here's what Evan Brown has to say.
Makes you feel like you just stepped out of a locker room and coach was there to hand you the towel.
It's time to get the right tool for the job. And you're worth it, my friend. We ship it right to your door. Right to your door. Click the link below to get soap for real men.
What is a common phrase heard over the intercom?
No silent lunch today.
No silent lunch today.
What are you guys doing?
Let's just let that
Okay. Alright, here we go.
Here by my side I have a new member of the 2020 state champion family, Yorban Munoz.
Now, Yorban, we have a question. Whenever you play, do you play, what motivates you? Do you play for yourself? Do you play for the team? What keeps you going?
I'm playing to the team. I mean for the team.
This is a song by Justin Bieber. That should be me, holding your hand. That should be me, making you laugh. That should be me. This is so sad. That should be me.
Beautiful.
That's it. Yeah, that's all I know.
That was beautiful. I love that.
Okay.
Get back down. Here we go.
On 3, you're going to say.
You want to do 2020?
2020.
All right, hey, on 3, you're going to say 2020. Okay? This will be part of your slideshow at the end of the year. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good job. You can listen to me.
So that was absolutely hilarious. All of it, but especially the Dr. Squatch soap. And a fun fact about that is the actual company, because it is an actual company, sent Emerson a whole bunch of soap and actually offered him an internship to come star in commercials with them. Of course, he had to turn it down because of playing football in college. But it's just very funny that they thought the commercial was so good that they needed Emerson to come act with them.
Yeah, like way out in California, I think it was.
Yeah, in California. Wow.
It was crazy. Just because Emerson emailed him and was like, hey, check out this commercial we made about your soap.
So funny.
So funky. Funny. It is. So we've come to that point in the show where we need to remind you to subscribe and follow us, LHS_newsmag on Twitter, and LHS Redskins on Instagram. And, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel here, LHS Newsmag. Keep in the updates. We'll still be uploading throughout the summer, just no more live shows. But we'll still be uploading a bunch of segments, new things you haven't seen before, and old things that we think should make a comeback. So this concludes our live show with you guys.
Yeah.
Thursday.
It's the last show.
Last show. Very past show. Ooh. Ooh. Yikes. So we're breaking up.
Yikes.
Okay.
So difficulties.
Yeah. Internet seems to be bad running for the show today, so I'll repeat a little bit. Last live show, Sarah and I's last live show, and last live for the foreseeable future is on Thursday with Zoe and Michaela. Yeah. Meet My Pet. I'm actually in the process of building my Meet My Pet, so you might want to be on the lookout for that, either in the live show or on the feed, on the channel in general. The Philly Tiger King, which I'm not gonna explain anything.
We're just gonna let you see that, whatever it ends up being.
It's quite interesting, and I think it's something that you'll want to tune in to watch.
If
And then,
you're
of course,
a Marvin Fiesel fan, you gotta see it. You just gotta see it.
Even if you're not, I've never met the guy in my life, and I'm still very intrigued. And as always, en la cocina. So that is it for us today. I hope it's been a great show for you guys. I am super sad too. It's been really fun doing this. Thanks, Ms. Peterson, for having us on and giving us the opportunity. We love doing these live shows with you guys, and we hope it was entertaining for you. Bye.
Bye, guys.